In this video, I want to give you guys just a quick roadmap of what to expect in chapters 2 and 3 of The Great Gatsby, and I'm going to give you your assignment for today's remote learning. Okay, so in chapter 2, here are just some things to expect. So we're going to meet Myrtle. So this over here is Myrtle. Let's see if I can highlight this. Or laser pointer. Okay, this right here is Myrtle. You can see she's very different from Daisy, just in looks, and you'll observe that when you're reading the book as well. So Myrtle is Tom's mistress. So she is the one that Tom is cheating on Daisy with. Myrtle lives in the Valley of Ashes. So we're going to see that on the map in a second. But here are some just kind of images that encapsulate the Valley of Ashes. So you can see it's very industrial. Lots of hard labor, lots of physically demanding work, lots of honestly dirty work, right? They're digging, they're mining, Myrtle's husband works on cars. It's just a harder way of life than what we've seen with Tom and Daisy and Nick so far. So the other important piece that comes with the setting of this Valley of Ashes where Myrtle lives is these eyes of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg. This is a sign that is a billboard that's over the Valley of Ashes. So you can see it's beaten up, it's really old, but these eyes continue to come up, just as we saw with those book covers, a pattern of eyes and watching. We're going to continue to see these eyes just looking over the events of this book. So just keep an eye on that, so to speak. Okay, so here is an actual map, excuse me, of chapter 2 and what goes on here. So they start, Nick starts in West Egg. He gets on the train. He sees that Tom is also on the train, and they're talking, and Tom convinces him to get off. They get off at 4, which is the Valley of Ashes where Myrtle lives. Then they end up going into Myrtle and Tom's apartment. So Tom has an apartment for Myrtle, basically where he keeps his mistress and where they can have their little like love affair getaways. So they go into Manhattan here with the car. So they go from here, or excuse me, with the train. So they go from here to here on the train. Okay, and then obviously the eyes of T.J. Eckelberg, they're overlooking the Valley of Ashes. So that is what you can expect in chapter 2. We'll see a lot of Tom and Myrtle's relationship develop. They have kind of a weird party, and as you can imagine, this is strange for Nick because he's Daisy's cousin and obviously cares for Daisy, yet he's spending the day with Tom and Tom's mistress. So definitely a weird day. They buy some things. They have a little party at their house. It's odd. So that's chapter 2. We're going to learn a lot about Tom and Myrtle's relationship. Then what to expect. Oh, sorry, here's another picture for the Valley of Ashes. So this is an aerial photograph of Flushing Meadows in Queens in 1924. So this is the real Valley of Ashes, so to speak. So you can see here, too, the land has just been gutted, raked over time and time again. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was actually dusty, which is where we get this Valley of Ashes type of things. Lots of burning, lots of industrial work, things like that. So clear difference between this and that affluence that we see in the East and West Egg. Okay, in chapter 3, Nick gets invited to Gatsby's party. So remember, Gatsby is next door. It's a huge party. It's a rager. So you can see here, they have spared Gatsby has spared no expense. It is over the top in opulence, in entertainment, in booze, in all of these different areas. He's made this quite a party. So he invites him there. Jordan ends up seeing Jordan, right, who comes back, or not comes back, but we see her again. We met her in chapter 1. So he meets Jordan there. They're chatting. He meets Gatsby, and Gatsby makes quite the impression on him. There are lots of rumors going around about Gatsby as well, so be thinking about, okay, just like we looked at in class, some of the things that tell us about someone's personality is the effect they have on others. So what effect is Gatsby having on his guests and things like that? All right, so your task for today, your remote learning task, I want you to read chapter 2. If you've already read it, great. You can go back and find your piece of evidence from this. But I'd like you to read chapter 2, and then I want you to write 3 to 4 sentences simply describing Tom and Myrtle's relationship. Include a 1 to 2 sentence direct quote from chapter 2 that you believe captures their relationship. It could be anything from something they said, the way they act toward each other, anything like that. Just a piece of evidence that says, this captures their relationship. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. And remember, your remote learning for red days is not due until Monday at midnight. And for my blue days, that would make yours due. Let me think about this. Yours is going to be due everything Wednesday by midnight. Okay, perfect. Good luck, guys. And please email me if you have any questions.